Saint-Boniface Museum, and today I would like to speak to you about Pierre Gauthier de Varenne, Sieur de la Vérendrye, French-Canadian military officer, merchant, and explorer in the 1730s. La Vérendrye is born on the 17th of November 1685 in Trois-Rivières, New France, which is a territory located along the banks of the St. Lawrence River. In his early youth, he is educated by his mother and then attends the junior seminary in Quebec from 1693 to 1695. La Vérendrye begins his military career at the age of 12 as a cadet in the Compagnie Franche de la Marine in Canada. Between the ages of 12 to 30, he will serve in New France and in Europe and lead a long and successful military career. He will serve during the Spanish War of Succession and the raid on Deerfield in Massachusetts. In 1709, at the Battle of Malplaquet, he is badly wounded by a musket shot and 8 saber slashes. When he awakes, he finds himself a captive. He is eventually released as a prisoner of war. The war over, La Vérendrye returns to New France. This journey lasts from July to early October 1712. Upon his return, he will marry Marie-Anne d'Andenot, a woman he'd known prior to his departure, on the 29th of October 1712. Marie-Anne and Pierre lived in a house that La Vérendrye built himself on Dupas Island in Quebec. He built it using the mortise and tenon construction, as shown here, which is also the same style as the Saint-Boniface Museum. La Vérendrye will take a break from his military career and dedicate himself to working the land and raising animals on his farm. Marie-Anne and Pierre had 6 children: Jean-Baptiste, Pierre, Louis-Joseph, François, Marie-Catherine, and Marie-Anne. The sons did follow in their father's footsteps and contributed to the exploration of territories that would eventually join Canada. Apart from his family life and military career, La Vérendrye participates in the fur trade. As of 1717, he establishes a fur trading post on the family's seigneurie of La Gabelle that he operates for a few weeks every year between July and September. He will operate the post for about 10 years. In 1727, La Vérendrye is trading at Kaministiquia, now Thunder Bay, and Nipigon. This is where he learns of stories from the First Nations of a possible westward route and also the presence of a saltwater lake. La Vérendrye was particularly interested in information given by 2 Cree chiefs. They had made the trek to Lake Unipegon, known today as Lake Winnipeg, and were offering to guide La Vérendrye there if he so wished. The Cree chiefs described a great river going west, of mountains with gleaming stones and iron mines, and such. Oshaga even drew a map for La Vérendrye. At this point, La Vérendrye started to plan a project to carry on exploring westward to discover the Western Sea and establish forward bases near Lake Unipegon. At the time, a voyage like this was quite difficult. There were no cars or airplanes, and so traveling had to be done by foot or by canoe. You had to rely on paper maps or on people who had previously done the trek. There were no satellites or Google Maps to tell you if you were lost or not. For La Vérendrye, he relied on First Nations guides during his explorations. For many years, La Vérendrye will devote his life to trying to find the Western Sea. To do this, he will rely on the fur trade to finance his efforts. From the early 1730s till his death, La Vérendrye will build many fur trading posts and forts that, for some cases, will become towns and cities in Manitoba, like Fort Rouge, which is now Winnipeg, Fort La Reine, now Pointe Prairie, and of course some forts in Ontario like Fort Frances. For all his hard work on trying to find the Western Sea, he is awarded La Croix de Saint-Louis. In September 1749, La Vérendrye is preparing to return to the western posts. However, he is suddenly taken on the 7th of December 1749 by one of the many epidemics raging through New France. Even though La Vérendrye never found the Western Sea, him and his sons explored from west of Lake Superior into Saskatchewan and from the upper Mississippi into Wyoming, the foothills of the Rockies. Had it not been for the 7 Years' War, the French would have found the Western Sea. Even with this, La Vérendrye is considered one of the great explorers of Canadian history.